Well, greetings to everyone on the other side of the ball. As you can see, I'm the only one here right now, but I'm supposed to be joined by one Dub Alvarez here soon. So I hope. Um, just letting him know that we just went live. Hoping to have a conversation with you guys today about the um, all of the fun stuff that is going to happen, or should I say, that's already happened, and some of the voting for the player awards. Once Dub is on the show, we'll have that discussion. We'll talk a little bit about some of the guys that we saw that are leading in votes. I don't remember, and I'm hoping he was on because I was trying to do this before the show, so that way I knew what was going on as far as who was leading, or hell, even when voting was over at A7FL. Bear with me, A7FL, if I can even type tonight, so I can see where things stand, if they have the results up, or if we are still in the voting process. Um, yeah, would look like we are. So let me see. It is still open. So you could go to a7fl.com, and of course, you can check and see what's going on. Man, are you kidding me? Good to see you, my friend. Vote ends June 26th. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate that. Now get your butt in here. But anyway, I know he's getting ready. He's got a job to attend to tonight, so he'll get on here with me as soon as he can, and we'll go over some of this. So you've got until June 26th, which is Friday, to get your votes in. And no, I'm gonna rush you. Damn it. Um, so you got until Friday to get your votes in for your favorite. So let me go over this again because I did my voting. Um, because I think that these young men have deserve the opportunity to have their names called for some of these things. So for MVP of the league, you have Mr. Huffin, um, Mr. Scott Hamilton, David Tender, um, Quani Morgan of Silk City, and of course Mr. Mims of the Patterson U. So, and I apologize, Huffin of Patterson U, Scotty Hamilton for the Insomniacs, David Tender of Silk City. So those are your MVPs that you could vote for. Dub is again voting for Tulu. I can't say I blame him. I would be voting for Tulu as well. If you don't know that, you haven't been watching the show. Let's see, for Rookie of the Year, we've got Jeffrey Botts. We've got Mr. Sorry, Jeffrey Botts from the Lexington Phantoms. We have Mr. Jones from Sick With It. We've got Mr. Vergara from Sick With It. We've got Mr. Candelipis from Sick With It. Man, and we got Cacho from Sick With It. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Sick With It players and one Phantom. Interesting. For Offensive Player of the Year. Now, who would have thought? Offensive Player of the Year, you got one Mr. Lyons, Danye Lyons. You got from the Insomniacs. You got Mr. Mims from the Patterson U. You've got Quani Morgan from Silk City Animals, and you got Mr. Huffins from Patterson U. So those would be your offensive players of the year. Your defensive players of the year is Shannon Allen from the Insomniacs, Mr. Baskerville from BIC, AJ McQuaid from the Insomniacs, Mr. Negron from BIC, and Robert Long from Silk City Animals. Then probably the one that I consider, and Dub and I have talked about this, the hardest one to pick by far to me is Special Teams Player of the Year. To me, these guys, if I could vote them all in, I would, because all of them have had some extraordinary games. Jason Sasson from BIC, Jaden Webb from Silver State Stealth, Danye Lyons from the Insomniacs, and Kyle Ward from Silk City Animals. Dude, good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck on that pick because that is probably one of the hardest decisions I would have to make. And like I said, I literally tried to pick them all and vote, and you can't do it. So um, my vote has already been placed for these guys. And frankly, no, I'm not going to tell you who I voted for, not until everything ends. And I don't want to influence anybody's votes. Not that I think anybody. You know what? Screw it. I'll tell you who I voted for. Um, MVP, Tulu. Rookie of the Year, Tulu. Offensive Player of the Year, Tulu. Defensive Player of the Year, Tulu. And Special Teams, if you haven't guessed it, Tulu. So there you go. There's all my picks for all of the players. And once I can get my co-host in here, I will have to see if there's anybody else that wants to join us because I did not have an opportunity before this started to share the streaming with anybody except one person that I know of that already knows what it is. So we'll see if one Mizzle is able to join us, but I know he's in the middle of working, so it's going to be tough for him to do so, but we'll see. Um, Love to hear from the fans on who you voted for, who you think your players are for each position in each award. I know that there has been talk from multiple people about it, and just would like to hear and see what everybody thinks. So, if you have a chance to chime in, please do so. Let me know who your players of the year, MVP, which by the way, Danye Lyons is MVP of the championship game in my eyes. Um, I think Dub agrees with me on that one. Both of us had a chance to talk to him after the game. Have to find that footage and share it with y'all because it was a lot of fun talking to him and even some of the players from BIC after the game. Yeah, it was hot as hell. Let me tell you, it wasn't as hot as it was last year for the Final Four, but it was still warm. Um, I know there's been a lot of talk for the offseason, a lot of talk of what's going to happen for next year. Obviously, we don't know, but we will try to get some information and pass it along on the show. Uh, we've also talked about, kind of taking our time in this thing, if you will, for this year and take a little hiatus. I think that we might do that a little bit later in the year. But we want to basically be able to bring you guys all the news and notes that we can. Dub, how are you, sir?
Um, Rain makes you go to sleep sometimes.
Or in my case, the damn thunder and lightning will wake your ass up at 3 a.m.
Well, that too.
So yeah, that was not fun for me this morning. But hey, you know what? Is what it is. And by the way, I wasn't able to put the to get this into. Oh, there goes Dub. I wasn't able to get this obviously put out to some of our fellows that would join us normally on the other side of the ball, and see if there's anybody else who wants to join us. Hopefully, Dub will join us. There he is. Hit the wrong button, sir.
Now I can't hear. What the hell?
I can hear you perfectly.
Now I
Here,
can't hear you.
hold on. There you go. Just so you know, we can hear you. So he might have to drop back off and jump back on.
Can anybody
Oh,
hear me? Because I can't
um,
hear a thing.
yes, we can hear you. Can hear you with no problem, my friend. Don't know if you could hear me now.
Now I can't hear it. Hello, hello, hello. Well, I can't hear nobody.
Well, if you want to jump
That's
back off, and yeah, I can understand. Have a feeling we're going to lose Dub for a second. Just saying. Yeah, it is a 100% suck ass internet. I would
well,
agree with that.
test. 1, 2, 3.
Can hear you perfectly. So hopefully you read
Yeah,
the
that's good. I can
screen.
hear me, but I can't hear Chris. That's a problem.
That is a
I'm
problem.
not a good lip reader.
I can hear you fine. So I don't know if you need to drop off and get back on, see if your volume comes back. I'm gonna ask the audience because obviously there's people that are listening. Can you hear me okay? And maybe it's my mic. So I'll ask that question. So, Mr. Asgardian, if you will, please let me know if you could hear me. Because if not, I've been talking and rambling on for a good 12 minutes with nobody being able to hear me. Now we got Dub in twice. Hey, Dub,
I,
how are you?
I don't know why. It only should be one of me because I'm not on my laptop. I'm on my phone.
That's odd. You can hear me now, though?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
Good. So I'm good. Okay. Very good. So,
There we
as
go.
we were saying,
There we go. Back to one bubble.
say that again.
I said now I'm back to one bubble, not two.
There you go. I did not share the thing in the chat, so I don't know if you can do that real quick. If not, I can do it.
I gotta find. Stop it.
Right.
Somebody's
So
about
that way,
to.
if 25 wants to join us, he could jump on.
So you're
Yeah,
saying that. So you're saying that Tulu highly influenced you.
very much so. I mean, I wrote him in on every level
Oh wow.
because I mean,
Now,
I really think that much of him.
now there is one name that is shocking that's not on this list. And I'm more so speaking about the special teams list that we already talked about how it's very hard to just vote for one. We can't vote for all. But
Yep.
I'm highly shocked to see that there is not one Siobhan Richardson listed on this for special teams player of the year with all the stuff that he'd done in the 3-on-1 this past season. And not even considered for offense player of the year because, I mean, the last two seasons, Vaughn has been he's just been as dynamic offensively as any player in this league.
Yeah, I think that sometimes when teams look at us on the West Coast, and I'm talking about East Coast players, uh, obviously the Insomniacs kind of fly off the page. I'm not saying that this is the situation. I'm just saying in general. But I mean, look, we had guys arguing about the list. Okay, I get it. You know, we're not perfect, but would hope that we're not the only ones because I know that Dub, you and I, you did your list and I pretty much agreed with it, and then it went over to the Jaffos, if I'm not mistaken, and they kind of put a list together, and then East Coast put a list together. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you who picks the players
Okay,
off that list.
let's make this public service announcement.
Okay.
Chris nor myself did not make the final nominations. That's a league thing. That is not a other side of the ball thing. So
Yep.
if you want to get upset with somebody or have a gripe, again, we do not pick the final list. We make our own list and give our opinions, but we do not put the list on the website and saying this is a list set in stone.
Well, you know what they say about opinions.
Oh, well,
Yeah. Everybody's got one.
well,
Just like assholes.
well.
In my case, I got two. But anyway, that's a whole different story. And who the other asshole is besides me.
Well, I know plenty.
That makes two of us. So, my thought for this, because we've got until Friday, right? And I've already said,
Yes,
I
the 20,
thank
the
you. Thank you, by
26th.
the way,
Yes.
the 26th. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know because I was trying to pull it up, but you got the 26 out before I could say anything. So here's my thing. I don't have a problem, and I'm looking at the list right now. I don't have a problem with MVP choices. I think Huffin, Hamilton, Tender, Morgan, Mims. I could not sit here and tell you another player I think should be in on this list. Can you?
Not really.
I mean, you've basically got the top three teams with one, well, in the Insomniacs case, one. Um, Silk City and the Patterson U have two representatives for MVP. So
Well,
I can't really say anything negative about that.
but I'll ask you this. I mean, you just mentioned those teams have two, and the Insomniacs have one. If you can add one more person from the Insomniacs for MVP, who would that be, from your point of view?
Um, in reality, I would probably have to say Danye Lyons. How about you?
What's up? What's up, Keno? Well, speaking of a guy, Keno was the person I mentioned for MVP for what he did for the Phantoms.
You did.
So,
And I agreed with you. I thought that he was definitely one of the players that should definitely be in the mention. Um, but again, proof in the pudding of, they don't always take what we say. And our opinions are just that. We don't make that final choice.
no,
Rookie of the year, again, we got Jeffrey Botts, we got Marco
Vergara.
Vigera, sorry, from Sick. Oh, sorry, Jeffrey Botts from the Phantoms, Marco from Sick with It, Jones from Sick with It, Candelipus from Sick with It, and Cacho from Sick with It as rookies of the year. I don't remember having even three guys from Sick with It on the rookie of the year.
No,
So I don't know where the other ones came from, but again, we don't make these decisions. Offensive player of the year, Danye Lyons, Mr. Mims, Mr. Morgan, Mr. Huffin. So you've got an Insomniac, Patterson, Silk City Animal, and Patterson for offensive player of the year. If there was a fifth one to be added, would you have a fifth to add?
for Defensive Player of the Year,
Offensive player of the year.
like I said, my other nominee would be Vaughn from Sick with It.
Now,
Mr.
see,
Ricketts,
I would
Mr.
agree with that.
Richardson.
Yeah, I could agree with that. And then the last but not, well, sorry, not it's not last. Defensive player of the year, Shannon Allen from Insomniacs, Mr. Baskerville from BIC, AJ from the Insomniacs, Mr. Negron from BIC, and then Robert Long from Silk City. I don't have a problem with those names. Just don't. And then last but not least, for special teams player, you have Jason Sasson, Jaden Webb. Sorry, Jason from BIC, Webb from Stealth, Danye from the Insomniacs, and Kyle Ward from Silk City. Personally, I would like to click all four and push vote. Obviously, you have to pick one, but
And that's going to be hard to pick just one.
damn near impossible. And I thought I voted already, and it doesn't look like I did.
Wow. No, I'm saying I wish to where there was somebody that could vote to where we can see the percentages of who have the leads in these particular categories.
And it just tells you thank you for voting. It doesn't
Oh, it
give you
doesn't.
any other.
Oh, does not give you who's ahead. Okay, well that could be a smart thing. I don't know.
I think it's a smart thing because then you don't have guys that are looking at that and going, "Ooh, I'm voting for so and so
Mm-hmm.
he's close," or "Look how close he is. Let me make sure he
Yeah.
gets my vote."
Well, as Chris previously mentioned, if you have not voted, you do have until June 26th. I don't know the exact time will be the cutoff date, um, but you can go to a7fl.com to check all the details and, of course, cast your vote. Again, you have until the 26th of June, which is this
Friday.
Friday. So you have a little bit more than less than 48 hours to cast your vote for these awards and see which one of these fine athletes in our league will gain some recognition in their respective categories from what they did and contribute this past season here in season 12 of the American Sevens Full League. So again, acnfl.com, go rock the vote.
Yeah, don't knock it, just rock it.
Yes. And of course,
Got enough
Tulu
people that are knocking it.
and of course, Tulu thanks you for his support.
Again, if anybody, I'm just waiting for somebody to say, "Who the hell is Tulu?" And I'm going to be like, "Okay, you haven't been watching the show."
Yes.
Because if you've been watching the show, you would know who Tulu is, and you would be a part of that inside joke. But if you're not, you're not. It is what it is.
Tulu almost could be Danhausen's cousin for all intents and purposes.
Or his nephew.
Or maybe even his son. You don't know. But
True.
I mean, first off, congratulations to all the athletes that were nominated for these prestigious awards. Which again, they earned the right to be there by way of their play. So, if you have an opinion on who should be in either of these categories, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments and express why you think they should have been nominated if they were not. Like I said, I thought Mr. Thomas, who just commented a few minutes ago, I thought he should have got some nominations because Keno has been a very dynamic player since entering the league, certainly during his Cincinnati Chaos days, and certainly has helped the Phantoms have a very successful inaugural season. Of course, the Phantoms had one of the upsets of the year by beating the Patterson U earlier in the season, although the U got revenge on the Phantoms when it counted in the playoffs, but still does not take away the fact that the Phantoms added the U to a victory in the WCOM during the season, which is very great
Well,
victory for
that
that program, and
you only
in a
have
way,
what, 2 losses?
yeah.
So I mean, it tells you right there. I mean, one of the losses was against the Phantoms.
No, I think no. You only had one loss. That was the Phantoms, I believe.
Oh wow! I take that back.
Because they beat BIC, they beat the Animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their only loss on the field was against the Phantoms.
There we go. And then there's that.
There's that. But however, again, we bring this to you, the fans, you, the viewers. Again, if you felt like there was somebody that was off this list that should be on there, that should have been considered, again, type it in the comments and give us your explanation as to why you think that player should have been nominated. I know for me, if I could add another name to the list for Defensive Player of the Year, I would add Moses Smith from the Insomniacs because Moses Smith got even better in his second year from his rookie season, which is hard to say. And now, ladies and gentlemen, joining us in his own lavish way, courtesy from the champions. Well, I thought he was in here. Is he in here? He is in here. Yeah, there he is. One of the champions from the 2026 Las Vegas Insomniacs. You know him, you love him, never afraid to speak his mind. That would be Mr. 25.
Hey, Dub. So look, half of that was true. They definitely know me. Love me? Not too many people love me.
Well,
who gives a fuck? What's going on?
well, I'll tell you like this. Just know God loves you, and if he does, that's more than anybody else in this world. So take it like that.
That's all that matters, right?
Amen. Mr. Dorsey, are you saying you want to join on this panel? First off,
How
you would
do
have
I
to give
join in on this? Well,
you would
sure.
have you would have to give us an email to send to, or if you have a messenger to send to, that would help. Or if
That'd
you
be
have
the
a number,
beginning.
or if you have a number to send to, that those would help.
And basically, what we always say, if you want to be part of the show, you can. We have no problem with that. But you have to give us a couple of days' notice that you want to be on the show so we can get that information and get it over to you. Drop ins are not what we normally do because we tried that once and it didn't work out very well. So,
It actually did work out. It worked out amazingly. It worked
no,
out fucking amazing.
no, it
Okay.
didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
That's why I came up. I'm like, all right, we need to talk about some shit. Let's get some shit started.
It did because Chris gave us one of the most passionate takes ever on this
Hell
show, and did the mic drop. Chris laid a pipe bomb and said, "You know what? I'm done. Y'all finish this ish."
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I didn't say ish.
I know, but I'm trying to promote talking ish, which will come on later this season, as a lot of things to talk about in this upcoming NFL season. Perhaps one Aaron Donald coming out of retirement to join Miles Garrett in Inglewood. Stay tuned for that. But
I'll believe it when I see it. A lot of talk about it, and nobody, not one person, has been able to sit him down and say, "Are you coming back?"
no, but they sure are teasing the heck out of it.
Well, yeah, of course, because you want to get all that pub right now. It don't mean that he's coming back.
I agree.
I'll tell you
Because
what.
Lord knows I don't want to see him twice a year.
Hell no. And my last 2 weeks have sucked. Anyway, sorry, I'm looking at something because there's a 7.1 earthquake in Venezuela, which, okay, not too many people have family there. I do. And then I've got family in Coruscant that is 69 nautical miles off the coast. So I just read that my cousin and all the family's okay. So
Well, that is certainly a good, and I mean it is hurricane season in some parts of the world, so certainly prayers to them, because hurricanes are not fun.
well, that's the weird part. It was an earthquake, not a hurricane.
Well, I've
Crazy.
survived those, so I can tell you those were not fun. Um, I'm a survivor for the '89 earthquake in the Bay Area, so it's definitely a different perspective.
Sure is. Hurricanes are bad, but anyway, we'll see how things proceed. We'll leave it at that.
But glad your family's okay. That's the muy important thing.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, getting
No,
back to all this,
Mr. Dorsey, I understand it's too much to type, but like I said, and again, I want to reiterate. I want to reiterate this. Don't get mad at me and
Say,
Chris.
look, Ali, look, this is what you need to do. You need to email or you need to message Chris or Dub. Message Chris or Dub so they can send you the link so you can come up. That's how that's going to happen. You need to message them.
yeah, we're friends.
Them,
we're friends on Facebook, man. Just message me. I'll be more than happy to get the information over
Yeah,
to you.
they'll send you the link. We'll get it taken
I
care
have
of.
no problem with it. So,
Yeah.
just like I said, give us a couple days notice that you want to come on. No problem.
And then you can be friends with Tulu.
Yes, and maybe even meet Tulu.
Yeah, there's a high possibility.
I mean, that's Corey's best friend. Well, it's his quarterback. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's his best friend. It's his quarterback.
No, it's his best friend. Corey's just in denial.
Oh, okay.
But as you see,
the Nile's not just a river in Egypt.
Oh no. Yeah. So basically, you just mentioned it. There was an actual baseball game going on in Venezuela when the earthquake happened, and as you just said, it registered a 7.1. My goodness. So certainly, to the Venezuelans, prayers are with you. Also want to give a shout out to Ashmore Media for all the great photos that he's taken during the season. Some great stuff. Not just him. I keep forgetting the young lady's name, but she also has some very great photos. Shout out to her as well. I can see the face, I just can't see the doggone name. But want to give them their just due. Of course, 2-5 doing double duty this year, um, being the player manager and also help contributing to the Insomniacs winning this year. But of course, Knox, being the enforcer, if you will, and being the player police and making sure things did not get too drastic after that one drastic situation happened during the season. But definitely want to give 2-5 a shot because, I mean, he continues to do a fantastic job and would make a very good player rep of the union, if you will, as he is getting himself comfortable on camera.
Yeah. I was eating these ribs. You feel me?
Oh, yes.
So like
ribs.
Yeah, I'm done now. What's up?
So
Were
you were like all the people that were coming in for the for FIFA and talking about eating ribs. There you go, and eating all that food and just loving on America lately.
Hey, make barbecue great again. I'm all for it.
Oh yes, make ribs immaculate. I second that motion.
Yeah, man. Roadkill got a special. You go get a whole rack of ribs, some corn, potato salad, $18.
Who's this?
Roadkill Grill.
Oh, that sounds immaculate.
Yeah, they're not too far away from me.
Check it out on a Wednesday. They got Wednesday specials.
Really?
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go start going by there on Wednesdays.
Yeah,
Wednesday special.
Whole rack of ribs.
Man, how would you like to live? How would you like to live around there? I'd be smelling that all the time. I'd be hungry all the time.
I'm already kind of like a faithful customer,
All right, so I guess he ain't coming on next week, huh?
No, he is. Mr. Dorsey decides that he reached out, and thus he has entered the building. And now
I sent him the link not too long ago. I just sent him the link, so he should be able to hop up.
He just entered the studio, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I'm not mistaken.
Here. There he is.
Mr. Dorsey, who yes, we can hear you, sir. Welcome.
How y'all doing, man? How's everybody, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm just about to go to the 9 to 5.
I feel you on that. But I'm just confused with these player awards. I'm sitting at the house playing. Hold on, let me turn my camera on. I'm sitting at the house playing 2K, enjoying my day. I open up my Instagram. Hold on, let me wipe this off a little bit. And some things that confuse me is MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and I'm just like, okay, slow down. So you're telling me
let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you one question.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you say should have been on the list? On either of those lists that you named, should have been on the list that weren't on the list?
My question is, and it's just gonna make a solid point, okay? Name one player in the A7FL that has ever, and I mean ever, went to quarterback, then went to running back, then went to receiver, scored touchdowns on all three, then went on defense and got a pick six, then went on 3-on-1, then scored a touchdown on there. Name one player in the A7FL that has ever done that. Don Gay Lyons. The only person that has ever done that is not on the MVP in the MVP talks. He's playing for Offensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
He carries every single side of the ball, but he's playing for Offensive Player of the Year.
Correct.
We have Jaden Webb going hat tricks against the number one team in the nation. He's not even in the talks for anything.
What are you talking about? Yeah,
I mean, that's
special
not
teams.
MVP, that's not MVP worthy.
We're talking about. Come on, bro.
Let's be real. That's not MVP worthy.
I'm not saying that it's MVP worthy, but for the players that they have up there, it has to be counted for something. He's scoring regular offensive touchdowns on the Insomniacs. We all seen it. We were all at that game. We all watched that game, did we not?
Well, of course, we called it.
That's what I'm saying though. Like it's low key kind of weird. And then like There's 9 rookies on the rookie of the year.
Who's
Cacho
not
has
a
been playing. Not no hate towards Cacho. That's my brother at the end of the day. But he's been playing A7 damn near the same time as me.
You are preaching to the choir because some of the names that you're talking about, we didn't pick.
That like I'm so confused. Like, where did these players come from? Like, I understand Sick had a good team this year. But who are these other guys?
What other guys?
I ain't gonna lie, I saw the quarterback and I saw Cacho. I didn't even know who the other 2 cats were. I'm gonna just keep it up.
rookie of the years? You got rookie of the years. You got Jeffrey Botts. You got Marco Vergara. You got T. Jones. You got Sean Candelapis, and you got Ashton Cacho.
I only saw 5 people. I didn't even
That's
see
all
T.
5 of them. One,
There's
2, 3,
4
4,
Only
5.
seen-
four sick Witters and 1 Phantom.
Correct.
Only seen, yeah.
Well, I asked specifically who were rookies this year, and my question fell on deaf ears.
And it's just like,
I,
it's just so confusing to me because like people work so hard and now it just seems like people are getting awards off buzz. And that's not fair, gang. That's not fair.
But what do you, I guess, let me break it down for you this way. Give me a name that you think
That's what I was
is
waiting for.
missing for MVP. We'll start there. Who's
Danye
missing
Lyons.
for MVP?
Definitely Danye Lyons, without a doubt. Danye Lyons.
Okay. So what did, and I'm not disagreeing, what I'm doing is I'm playing devil's advocate.
Mhm.
What did Danye do throughout the whole season? Not just the championship game, because he is definitely MVP of the championship game, hands down. What did Danye do throughout the season that would overshadow Huffin, Scott Hamilton, David Tender, Quanny Morgan, and Mr. Mims?
Danye Lyons is the look. No glaze towards the homie, but it's just like when you put somebody the last game against Sick before they went to the championship.
Okay.
Did he not score a receiving touchdown? I don't know if he scored a 3-on-1 that game, but I know he scored a receiving touchdown. And I know he went to running back or quarterback and scored a touchdown right there off that. He had what, 3 touchdowns that game?
Yeah.
And probably had a 3-on-1 touchdown. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like it's just, it's impossible. Probably did.
Honestly, don't remember if he had the 3-on-1, but you could be right.
But I'm just saying, how does it make sense he's not on the MVP talks and
Because
only
when they
running for
talk
offensive
about
player of the year?
MVP
If he could go back against that same team and go get a pick 6.
Hold on. When you're talking about MVP, they're going to be looking at what you've done all season, not just in a handful of games.
What is he
Because
not doing?
it has to be over what you did over the full season. Do I think that Danye belongs in the MVP category? Yes. But what I'm saying is I don't know, because we didn't put this together. All right. We gave them names that we felt. We did not put the final together. I don't know if they limited it to 5 names per or what the situation was. So again, my question mark is, what did Danye do in your mind to knock either Quantrell Huffins, Scott Hamilton, David Tender, Quanny Morgan, or Mims off of the list?
Everything.
So he did everything to knock any one of those guys off the list throughout the whole season.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's like if there was a Heisman Trophy for the A7FL, he's winning that Heisman Trophy. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you.
Okay. How many of the Patterson U games did you watch this year?
None.
How many of the Silk City Animals games did you watch this year?
None.
Okay. So then how can you say that?
Actually, I watched one.
Okay, but how can you say that if you
went to
didn't watch any of them?
Because nobody has still yet named a single player that has done what he's done. Nobody has named a player that has done everything on all 3 sides of the ball.
Ali, they're on the list. He asked you a
Exactly.
question, right? He asked you as far as like watching the U games, right? Again, you said someone who plays on all sides of the ball, right? You said 3-on-1, you said offense, you said defense. You know who does that? Huff.
Yep.
Now
Yeah,
it's
pick
not a
six.
not it's not a not to Danye, right? Because Danye is coming from playing DB to playing receiver to doing 3-on-1. This guy is their starting quarterback.
I know he's nice. I've seen him
Yeah, I
play. He's
mean,
nice.
but it's also the games that he had this season. That motherfucker had some pretty solid fucking games, and he had some pretty decent plays that were, made, and he also
He
had
has
some
one play
key
that's off
plays
the
that were made
chain.
to actually help his team win the game,
Yep.
just like Ye did, right? So it's not taken away from Ye, but it's also saying that there are people out there, and that's why if you watch last week's show, I think Chris said it first, and then we all like piggybacked and agreed with him, where it was like the three categories that are like fucking crazy with the people that are in them are special teams, offensive player, and
Yep.
MVP.
Yep. 100%.
Those were the three categories that was like, yo, like with everybody that's in those categories,
And
they
plus
all
the
balled
name,
the fuck. They all balled the fuck out, and they all did their shit this season. Like they
and
all did their
plus
shit this
Right.
season.
They're
and
great.
plus
There's
and
great players on the list. Don't get me wrong.
and plus the name I mentioned didn't even get considered. And and just like Danye does everything for the Insomniacs, Keno does everything for the Phantoms, and he didn't get a nomination. And Keno
Crazy.
can ball.
Which is crazy. Which is crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, so it's like it's not like he's not deserving. 100%, he could.
Right.
If there was a sixth slot, he would for sure probably be in that sixth slot. But you also know when you're looking at MVPs and shit, that shit 9 times out of 10 goes to the fucking quarterback. That shit don't
By
go
the way,
to
y'all. By the way,
Yeah.
y'all, I
Yeah.
just before we go on, I just want to show some love to my boy, Angry Cowboys fan. Great content maker. If you're a Cowboys fan, if you're not, I get it. But one of the best that's doing it right now. So, my brother, thanks for joining us. I appreciate that.
Yeah, what's going on?
But anyway, look, bottom line, that's why I'm trying to look at this because there's other people that agree with you. Players were missed. That's the way they feel. And I get it. But that's why I asked you, how many games did you watch from some of these other players?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't watch much.
So when I look at that and they ask us, I can't say anything about some of these players that are on this list for that exact reason. I didn't watch them enough. So I'm not going to argue with them being on here because there are people in this league and in the offices and whatever watch every game. And
Okay.
they know
And
these players. So we're not trying to take away from Danye because he is one of the best players in the league. He was number 1 2 years ago on our top 50. So we're not trying to take anything away from him. What we're trying to say is it's very difficult for the guys that are on there right now to remove one of them to put him on because of what they have done also for their teams. An MVP is a most valuable player that if you took him off of his team, the team wouldn't be as good, right? So I'm sorry, the U is not winning all the games they won if Huffin's not on that team. And I could go down the list and say that about all three teams. If you think that David Tender ain't shit, you would be very sadly mistaken. There's another name. You take him off his team, that team is not nearly as good. There's games that both of those players won single-handedly. Scott Hamilton, another one.
I'll just say
and
this.
Danye would tell you right off the bat, you ain't removing Scott Hamilton to put me on. Because guess what? If he wasn't throwing them the ball, Danye ain't catching them touchdowns. So you have to kind of look at
like this.
the
Watch
whole
week
thing.
1, Patterson U, BIC, and watch what Huff did in that game alone. That game alone showed why Huff was nominated for MVP.
Exactly.
I can see why he was nominated for MVP. He should have. He been balling for what, a couple years now. He makes an impact every single season. So does Tender. But if I was to pick my own 5 for MVP, I'm going Sterry. I'm going Tender. I'm going.
Not that easy, is it?
No.
So
I was gonna say,
Point
But
proven.
Daye's on that list. I'm just
Point
saying.
proven.
and you started off with 2 quarterbacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And point proven of what we're talking about. When you have these things, you have to see what's going on with more than just one team. We know what the Insomniacs are,
But
right? And you know me, I don't, sugarcoat shit. If I feel that something's supposed to go a certain way, I tell it. And nobody has smacked my hand yet, and I can't wait till we get to talking ish because I'm gonna talk some serious shit about NFL. But nonetheless, when we're talking about players that belong in these lists, we hear it all the time about so and so should have been there, so and so should have been there. Look, man, bottom line, you have to watch all the games. And Dub and I have to go back and watch the taped games because we're calling our games during the East Coast games. I might be able to watch half of one and that's it. And so I go back and try to watch them because I want to know the other players. I want to know what they bring to the yard, if you will. I want to know how they play and also how good they are. And I'm sorry, but I can't say a damn thing about the MVP except, yes, I wish they would expand it because that's the one list that it's very hard. Well, that and special teams, I ain't gonna lie. Those two are very, very difficult to sit there and say so-and-so belongs on the list and so-and-so doesn't. That's the tough one.
is that one dude from BIC on the special teams list?
Say again?
Sisson.
He's on the special teams list.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice.
Here, I'll give it to you. I've got it open right here, and I've been looking at it. So special teams list is Jason Sisson from BIC, Jaden Webb from the Stealth, Danye Lyons from the Insomniacs, and Kyle Ward of Silk City.
Oh,
I feel like if it was like last season's
even with
it
that
would
list,
make more sense.
now how you said Ye is you feel like Ye got left out of the MVP list. I feel like Prime got left out of special teams.
100%. Or even Richardson. Siobhan got left out of it too.
You feel me?
Yeah, sorry, Siobhan Richards. Sorry.
Yeah. So you got Richardson. You got Richardson and you got Prime that both should have, in my opinion. Well, I think Prime more than Richardson, but that's still somebody or two people that could have got or should have been on the list that didn't necessarily make the list.
I don't know. I'm gonna call it how it is. I've been feeling like this for a very long time, but I feel like everything's a little bit more dragged out towards like the East. Like I understand, like there's only like one team on the West, but I just feel like everything regarding the media is dragged out towards the East.
Hold on.
Like, can I say why though?
You got rookie. Hold on. You got rookie of the year. You got one Phantom player. So in other words, not an East Coast player, Midwest player, and the rest are Sickwooded players.
I don't know why. I'm gonna just keep it with you. I
agree. And who knows why they put them all in there? But how you can't say that because you got one category that's basically all West Coast.
Candelabra should have went on there as a hunter, not as Sickwooded, in my opinion. Yeah. He should have went on there as a hunter.
I agree.
And not as sick.
Not as Sickwooded. It should have been a hunter, but still, it still would have been 4 players out of the 5 would have been West Coast players.
Right.
So you have representation of the West Coast at every one of these awards.
But how many rookies started playing this year, though?
I can't answer that because we don't get it's not broken down for us, right? When we look at a roster, it's not like rookie is next to the name. We don't know.
I need to do that next year. I'll be smart.
And so it makes it difficult. But when you start to look at some of these players that are on here, you have maybe 2 categories where you have the East Coast dominant. That's it. And you've got one full category that the East Coast doesn't even represent. So it's very hard for me to say that there's any kind. I've been done with the East Coast bias for probably about 2 seasons now. And the reason why I say that is because you have players, great players, that are getting their due. It's just not to the level that some people feel.
And
And you have every right to feel that way. Nobody's knocking you for feeling some way about it.
the only reason why I'm saying this is because, okay, let me make an example.
Okay.
First year Insomniacs,
Mhm.
the year they played the Nightcrawlers, when they had when I was playing for the Hunters.
Yeah.
Who was one of the best players on that Hunters team?
I honestly I couldn't tell you because I
Nobody
don't
pay
remember
attention.
the
I would say me. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I would say me, but I'm gonna just say it like that.
I must
Um,
nah. I'm gonna say if we're going off of that, I didn't think personally, in my opinion, you were like that kind of until you came to sick.
you said when it came to sick.
When you until you
No.
came to
When you went to
Oh.
sick.
came to sick.
I don't know.
When you came to sick and you started working with other people, and I was there. You feel me?
I feel like I had more looks when I came to sick, but I still made plays when I played for the Hunter. I had a longer highlight tape playing for the Hunters than I did with sick.
But you made plays. But your question was who was one of the better players?
Who was one of the best players on that Hunters team that year?
Who was the quarterback?
Me.
Nah, motherfucker.
I played everything that
what's his
year. I
motherfucking
played
name?
everything. We had me and we had Darren.
Nah.
Darren.
Y'all had
Oh, I know who you're thinking of. The kid from Cali.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. And I can't remember his name right now.
That motherfucker was on returns and shit too.
Started
You
with a
talking
K.
about? Oh, K Uno. That's not the year. K Uno didn't play that year. He didn't play that year. That was my first year. K Uno played one more game in Fall Brawl. Then I came that next year. That's when he played for the Pit Bosses. We played against K Uno.
But K Uno play for the Hunters?
He did the year before that for the Fall Brawl. Yeah, but I wasn't even 18 yet, so I wasn't even allowed to play. I didn't play that year.
The original Hunter.
Because
There you go from Mason.
He was an original Hunter.
Yep.
I said that year though.
Well, what are you getting at for it? I guess
I'm
my point
saying,
being,
if that was the case and
What are
the
you
rookie
getting
of the year wasn't voted off Buzz, I would have been on that list. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I was 18 that year, and I made plays.
Okay, but
Nobody looked at me for that.
Hold on. You got to understand something. There's two things you got to understand on this. Number one, we just started voting on these, like
2 years ago?
2 years, maybe. And when we first started voting on these awards for all of A7, the very first year, we had very little input on the West Coast because you had a lot more teams and a lot more players on the East Coast and Midwest, technically. So when you're talking about that, I'll keep it a buck for you, and I will tell you, most of these guys are not first year, or when you're talking about rookies of the year, you're also talking about guys that are standing out. Look at the names of the teams. Do you have any losing teams that got representation for rookie of the year? No, because they, for whatever reason, teams that win have players that you're talking about buzz. It ain't about the buzz. What it's about is teams getting talked about because of what they're doing. You're looking at the Phantoms for the very first one. Who did they beat? They beat the U, and the U only have one loss all season. There's your buzz. If you are talking about buzz, you've got to do something a little bit more than just stand out on your own squad to be named in some of these things. So that's just me being real.
So you're telling me basically what you're saying is I got to be an Insomniac or I got to be playing for sick to be able to qualify for one of these votes.
So now it's you have to go to a winning team. You can't stay on your team, bring more players, and become a better team. Like we keep hearing all the time about just get better friends. You can't stay. See, that's the mentality right now. That from my standpoint, from where I come from, and the time that I played, you would never hear my ass say ever. I would go find better players, and I would find a way to be competitive against the Insomniacs and stick with it. I ain't going to join them. That's me. I ain't saying that that's anybody else, but that's what I hear from all of you guys lately is how, oh, well, if I want to be somebody, I got to go play for a winning squad. No, man. What you got to do is you got to find players to bring to a squad and become competitive. That's what
I'm
you
gonna keep it a buck. You are right. You're definitely right about that. And I feel like this year was like not. It's not going to be Self's best season, but it was definitely a season to take into account. We did lose when it mattered. Definitely did lose when it mattered, but it's just God. What was I finna say?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. Like you said, keeping it a buck, the biggest thing about all of this is, and I'll keep it real simple for you and for all the youngsters that are out there playing. If you want to be able to bring a winning team, the easiest way to do it is to build it. And if you ain't going to be patient enough to build it and have the heart to build it, then you could go try to be part of a winning team and sit on the bench and watch, because that's what's going to happen with a lot of these players.
Here's what I'll say to
that's
this.
part of the
So
reason why I left.
Go ahead, Dub.
I'm just saying. So you play for the Stealth this year, right?
Yeah, I played like 2 games.
Is that okay? 2 games. Okay. My point is, there's people on the Stealth that should get a lot more recognition that they don't,
Right.
and I don't know why. Because how many times have we mentioned the Ramsey brothers? Okay,
A lot.
I'll give you another example. And I have said this man's name a plethora of times. If you tell me if the Stealth would utilize Jaleel Hornbeak more this year, you don't think Hornbeak would have got a nomination for something? As dynamic as he is, and he hardly gets the damn ball, and I've been crying for him to get the damn ball.
I mean, we call his damn name every time he touches the damn ball because of the plays he makes.
I'm not gonna speak too much about this, but I'm gonna just say it's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. You can tell by the play calling.
He tries so hard. I promise you.
He does.
And
he makes an impact every time he touches the ball. Period.
It's not his fault, but I feel like he would if we had all the personnel and we were a little bit more structured and organized, for sure. I feel like that's just a part of the reason why we played the way that we did in the end of the season. I'm not going to make no excuses. They were just a better team that day. But I feel like if we played 100% throughout this whole entire season, I don't know. I feel like we would have at least beat the Insomniacs the first game, and we would have beat Sick in the playoffs. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I had so much confidence in my team that whole season, even though almost everybody doubted us. We were the under on almost every game against Sick and the Insomniacs.
Yeah.
Even when we were going to go to the East, we were the under. And that just fueled us up even more. But there was just certain casualties and stuff like that just held us back. I feel like I got held back a lot. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I played 2 games. I went in for 1 play and I got the ball for 2 targets the whole season. I scored on 1. Stuff happens. Yeah, but it's getting to a certain point to where what are we supposed to do when, there's a lot of recruiting that's going to have to go into this if we want to be champions. A lot of people don't want to play A7 because they think it's dangerous. And I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I feel like A7 is more safe than Arena. I done got less injuries on A7 than I did in Arena, and I played Arena for 1 year.
It's just about bringing, again, I will keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. It's about bringing people out, letting them see what A7 is about, because all the guys that think that it is more of a, because I mean, yeah, it is no pads, no helmet, tackle football, but guys don't understand that it is safer than padded football by all means. And until you bring somebody out and let them see exactly what we're talking about, that's where it's going to go. But we got way off subject because we were talking about the list, and so we got MVP. What was the other awards bracket that you have a problem with?
Defensive player of the year, I could definitely see McQuaig on there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I could definitely see him on
AJ
there.
is on there.
He definitely had a great year. I know he's on there. I was just saying.
Here, I'll read the names to you so that way you're not trying to remember them off the top of your head. Defensive player of the year is Shannon Allen, Trey Baskerville, AJ McQuaid, Isaac Negron, and Robert Long.
Like you said, we can't really get no recognition for losing, but I still felt like KR should have been on that list. KR or Ant.
Okay, but again, when we start talking about players, the thing that I'll always point to and go back to, tell me what name on that list that I just read you that you watched that you would take off of the defensive player of the year and put one of those guys on.
I don't know. I can't really say it too much because I don't watch the East games. So
Okay.
I'm not just going to be like, okay, I should take him off.
But this is my point. When we hear from different people that certain players, oh, this guy should be on there, that guy should be on there. Okay, tell me the games that you've watched from the guys that are on there, and who is coming off that you're going to replace your player with. And if you're telling me, well, I haven't really watched them, I'm sorry, but the conversation's over right there. It's over. We can't continue on the conversation because unless you're telling me one of your players is taking the place of Shannon Allen or AJ McQuaid, because I know you watch those games because you've been there. No, now he dropped off. But that's kind of my point on the whole thing. I can't listen to, and no knock against him, at all. I get where he's going with wanting to put other players into some of these brackets, but reality is reality. If you can't, you're back. So going back to this, if you could tell me who you're taking off this list to replace one of the players you think should be on it and why, then the conversation is kind of dead.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I can't really take off the East players. That's the only problem. I don't know how they play. If
But
I'm just going off a base who I heard was balling this year, I'm taking off Isaac Negron and I'm throwing on Webb.
Okay.
I'm just
When
keeping
you
it
get an opportunity, go to A7FL, look at the stats, and tell me what you see, because I think that'll change your mind by itself. Because of the sacks that he had and where he played and how he played in big games. And that's the stuff that everybody's looking at. The thing about it is, like I was just saying when you dropped off, when players come on or players talk about, oh, this player, that player should be on, and we need to replace him with such and such. If you haven't watched him play, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time agreeing with you.
For what category was that?
Defensive player of the year.
Oh yeah, Ali, you off game. Just you off. Webb played a good defensive game, right? But Webb was more known for his explosive returns. He wasn't necessarily
highlight that word. Known. You feel me?
Yeah.
Known for his.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I follow anything that you say. Known, because every player on here is known.
Yeah, he was known. Wasn't known for being a big defensive factor or key.
Nobody scored on him like that. But he definitely got scored on a few times. Everybody got scored on a few times. They're still on the defensive player of the year list.
I
Yeah, but
mean,
you don't have. You talk about that. Shannon Allen's the only cornerback or secondary player, period, on this list. The other four
Okay.
guys are, well, the only one that I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure Robert Long. Pretty sure he's a defensive lineman.
yeah, that's a
AJ, Baskerville, Negron, they're all off defensive linemen. So if you could tell me how they got scored on, other than a running back score,
You said how
you're
who got
right.
scored on?
Huh?
How who got scored on?
A defensive lineman.
Oh, I mean, unless they're dropping back into coverage, I can't really tell you.
Exactly. That's kind of my point. Shannon Allen is the only one on here that played in the secondary.
And do I feel like he had a better season than Webb or KR?
Who scored on Prime this season?
Webb.
Who scored on him? Webb?
Where is Peasy at?
Webb.
You said Webb
Because
did?
like we could go through the whole entire game. The only thing I'm not even gonna say it like that. Because he did have some good games. That's my dog. He did have some good games. But there was some questionable games in there that would be able to defer that.
Well, but you just yourself gave us the breakdown who didn't get scored on. So I don't see the argument that you're trying to make.
Even Webb's.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I'm
gonna just say it like this: no filter needed, because I'm not. You feel me? I'm a grown man, so I'm gonna just say it how it is. Prime was getting fried championship game. Prime was getting fried against us. He was
Championship
getting
game.
fried by Jay Earl. Jay Earl got a beer belly. We could pull up the film. We all saw it.
That wasn't Prime, but
I promise you it was. Look, and I know I'm not tripping, and that's what I'm saying. Where is Peasy at? Because I literally said it. I said it was gonna happen before the game. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I work
You
with
can
certain
keep
players,
keeping it
and
a
I
buck,
told them
but
like,
I'm taking your money
Not
right
gonna work.
now. The only thing you're doing is handing me the bucks.
we gotta go review the film. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Again, I'm taking your money because in the championship game, the national championship game, Prime gave up one catch for a touchdown, and he followed Hollywood all over the field.
And how many of those other touchdowns were returns?
there was 3
returns.
Good lord.
Jason Sisson alone had 3 of them in that game. If you're looking,
Yeah.
if you're looking at most of BIC's scoring, and they scored what 26 in that game.
Correct.
18 of those alone was by Jason Sisson.
And how many times did Webb get scored on against the Insomniacs? I know that's kind of hard to remember. I don't really remember either, but
I guess what I'm trying to figure out is what's the correlation? We're talking about a 3-on-1, and now we're going to how many times does somebody get scored on? Are we talking about the 3-on-1?
Defense.
Or are we're talking about no, you were talking about an individual player in Prime. Now you're going to how many times does somebody score on somebody else in special teams, and then asking how many times did so-and-so get scored on during the championship game?
I'm not talking about special teams.
Let's break it down.
I'm talking about Jaden Webb getting scored on, period.
Okay. I'm lost at what that has to do with any of this.
Defensive player of the year.
Okay.
Who deserved defensive player of the year?
Webb was basically playing safety the whole season.
Okay.
And I want you to go back and tell me what safety in A7FL has been mentioned as defensive player of the year. You will not find one.
And that's supposed to be a good.
No, because cornerbacks stand out more.
That's not a good thing.
But it's a thing. Same reason why quarterbacks get hit with the wins and the losses. It ain't their fault all the time, but that's the way it goes. So I don't know what your argument at this point is.
everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know,
You're 1,000% correct.
at the end of the day, if I feel something different, it's different. Life goes on. Season's
It
over.
does, but you wanted to
But
come on. You wanted to come on, and you wanted to talk
right, because
about
I feel
this.
like it's just not right, and I'm
So
scared. Nothing that has been said today changed my mind. I'm gonna just keep it up with you.
that's fine. You and nothing can. If you have your opinion, cool. But what I'm telling you is, just like you have your opinion, I can bring somebody on from the East Coast that would have a total different opinion, totally going against your opinion.
Right, but
That's
the
why we're
cats
all
from the East
different.
Coast don't really watch our games like that.
And guys from our West Coast don't watch their games. You admitted to it. You maybe seen one. So what's the point?
There is a lot of points. That means the league needs to pay more attention.
How does the league need to see? Here we go.
And
The
then
league needs to
this
pay attention
would
because
help
you
us
don't
stem from
agree
the
with.
branch to bring on crossplay, bro. Even though I know the problem is, there's not enough money into it and stuff like that. But this should just stem on to the reason why we need crossplay.
Again, cross pay would be nice, but unfortunately, there's this
Amazing.
thing that is called money that is
What you just
desperately
said.
That's what I
needed
just
for that
said.
to happen.
Yeah, you just said there's not enough money for it to happen. So
Y'all think I don't get tired of looking at Knox every damn week?
That's why. That's why.
Man, fuck. I get tired of playing their ass.
I'm tired of Ali popping up without a retwist. I feel like he
All
would
right,
be a
bro.
much better player if he had a retwist. But you don't see me talking shit.
Hey, bro, I'm saving my money, bro. I'm trying to buy a Tesla, bro. Leave me alone.
Oh shit.
good luck with that. And it's not because of Tesla, the money that it puts out or that you need to buy one. The side that is, I say good luck with that, is you don't realize how much it is to upkeep one.
I do.
Okay.
I work a lot.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm not
so
sure what work
I
has to
know
do with the
it's
Tesla,
expensive.
but
That
okay.
insurance is crazy. That insurance is absurd.
So you said that you're not playing with the stealth no more, right?
To be so honest, I really don't know.
I could have sworn I heard you stop playing with the stealth, but
I don't really know what I want to do next. I don't even know if I want to even play next year because it's just like, what am I supposed to do? Truthfully, what am I supposed to do? I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I had one team to play for, it probably, I don't know.
you don't think stealth is a good team?
They're a great team.
So what do
Those
you
are
mean?
my dogs, bro. They got that. That's probably the most heart-filled team I ever played with in my life. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
So what's going on?
But it's just like the structure. Like, I feel like a part of the reason why we lost to the Insomniacs the second time was because our coach was not there.
Nah, y'all was gonna lose that regardless because y'all was too hyped.
No, he wasn't. And that's just my confidence. That's just how I feel about the situation.
We was
Everybody feels a different way. But I feel like if we would have ran our original offensive game plan, that game would have been close, but we would have fried y'all.
That's the thing. If you ran it once, what the fuck you need the coach for to help
We
you
didn't
run
run it
again?
once.
You need the coach to help you run it again.
We didn't run it once.
Then how did y'all get so in? Like y'all felt like y'all was so close and y'all would have won.
That's the sad part.
Why did y'all need the coaches there?
Because nobody was listening. Everybody was playing their own game. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Everybody was playing their own game at that point.
I agree with you.
And I wasn't too tapped in with the team like that. I only played 2 games. I didn't tap in with the team like that to be voicing. Even if I did voice my opinion, like, it's just, I'm just the player. I'm not even a captain. I'm not a quarterback. I'm not nothing. I'm just a receiver at that point. But I'm gonna keep it like this. When we played sick for that playoff game, the receiving core was supposed to be me, Webb, and Savion.
Against
Which is way different than what we had on that field. And I feel like it would have been a different game.
how? Y'all didn't even have a quarterback.
What are you doing?
I don't doubt Louis. Louis
It
steps
ain't,
up when he needs to.
I'm not doubting him neither, but if you think that he's gonna be able to, in a sense, I don't know. Again, the DBs coming against sick, I'm definitely, in my opinion, I'm gonna take the DBs coming from sick over your guys' receiving core.
And that's fine. That's you feel me? You have the right to feel that way. Do I feel like it would have been a different outcome? Yes. Absolutely. I felt like if
Mizzle,
we
what
would have
up,
ran
man?
that offense the first time against the Insomniacs when the game was so close, we would have won that game.
Nah, y'all wasn't gonna win, bro.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Prime was getting fried by 238 million pound J Earl off of curl routes. Prime runs 4.3. What was our discussion at that point? What? Come on, gang. We gotta be
Y'all was gonna,
serious.
damn. Okay, so y'all was just gonna pick on Prime the whole game,
Nah, we didn't need to.
the whole
We
rest of the
had
game.
plenty of dogs that game. We had our we had Russo and stuff like that too. Yeah, it was gonna be a tough game.
Mm.
Hi, Mizzle. How are you?
I think he's just popped in. He's waiting to get settled in. He could probably hear us just getting to. Oh,
I'm
there.
fantastic. Just sitting here listening to what's going on.
Can you able to chime in about how long you been listening?
I'm just hearing. If you want my honest opinion, I don't know the guy's name that's talking, but sometimes unsung heroes can be leaders. If you can get your team to step up and listen to you and guys rally together, then you can become a leader. Closed mouths don't get fed, man. Especially
But
if you're
I
trying to win a
couldn't.
game.
When I tried, they said, "All right," and just kept rolling. It just kept
Then it means you
rolling,
guys
my
are not a team.
boy.
Then there's no team.
Hmm?
I said then you guys are not a team. If a teammate can't speak up and nobody listens, you guys are not a team. I hate to use this as an example, but the Insomniacs, BIC, Animals, they're all a team. Everybody takes accountability and listen to each other. Even if they're wrong or yelling at each other, they take the time to listen because they're trying to win. No individuals.
The one play that my opinion was heard, and I decided to use my voice, and they actually listened, and it went through. I scored a touchdown, but we were in the fourth quarter. It's too damn late. What can I do at that point, man? I'm not. Look, I don't get paid to be out there. I don't have no.
Absolutely.
Half of them players don't get paid to be out there. I'm not gonna sit there and lose my sanity just because somebody doesn't want to listen. That's
I
not my
get it.
job.
So,
I
where are
get it.
you going to go, and what team are you going to play on? If you love the stealth and those are your boys, and you can't speak your mind on that squad, where are you going to go in the A7 to speak your mind?
I don't know, man. There's no teams. It's that sick or
It
Insomniacs,
goes right
and
back
both
to
of
the
them have
same
their
thing.
roster.
It goes right back to the same thing I've been saying this whole time. If you can't be on a squad, K Uno said it right here. If you can't build your team and you can't have a voice, then it ain't a team.
Yo,
Point blank,
But
period.
what am I supposed to
It
do
ain't
if
a
I'm
team. No,
going
no,
to
no, no, no,
another
no,
team?
no, no, no. There ain't no what am I supposed to do? The fact of the matter is, I hear it all the time, like I said, from a lot of the youngsters that want to come in and play. You guys complain, complain, complain. But the one thing you don't do is let your voice be heard on your own squad. And if it is heard, it's arguments instead of talking. Do you think for a second any of the Insomniacs, not one of the Insomniacs, I've sat on the damn sidelines for the Insomniacs games. I've never heard them argue. Do they talk loud? Hell yeah. But you know what? They respect each other as players and they listen because a lot of them are coaches.
I don't.
So
Yeah,
unless you can get a
I don't really
coaching
like the argument.
mentality, and all you do, so you're talking over me too, you can't listen to what is being said and then have a, rather than having an argument about it, talking about it. That's the way teams get better.
Hey, so look, Ali, I'm gonna tell you this, right? In a sense, just hearing how you kind of feel about it, it it reminds me in a sense of how Kamari was feeling. Kamari was feeling like he wanted and deserved to be in a certain role for the team, but didn't necessarily feel like he was ever really heard or respected. You feel me? So it's like we kind of gave him the same advice but different advice. You feel me? It's just like rock it out. You feel me? You started off with saying like them your guys, them your brothers, them your boys. If them your guys, your brothers, and your boys, there ain't no real reason to walk away. You feel me? And if that's how you really feel about it, you know what I'm saying? You got to figure out different ways for yourself to be more vocal, but also to really gain the respect from them that you got for them. You know what I'm
I
saying?
tried.
They got to be
You're right.
mutual.
You're right. You're definitely right. Go ahead. My bad. Did I cut you off?
No, you good, gang.
I was just saying, like, I ain't gonna lie. You're right. And I thought I earned my respect after that one play, one touchdown.
That's not
But
how it
that's
works.
only one touchdown, and I was benched the game after that.
Okay, so again, the same shit a nigga had to tell Kamari, right? It shouldn't have to be about the same shit that you kind of in a sense saying about the touchdown and the whatever. Like that should have been for whoever. It ain't gotta necessarily be for you. You feel me? There's other roles that you could play that don't necessarily have it to where you got to be involved. Now, again, one of the perks that I always say that I have with the position and the role that I have is being able to be on the sidelines. You feel me? So I will give you your praise and give you your kudos and give you your flowers for. I do hear the passion that you have on the sideline. You definitely are a team player. You feel me? You cheer when you go on the field. You cheer when you off the field. You know what I'm saying? But in a sense, like there's still more to it. You feel me? You still young. You feel me? You still kind of young, so you'll eventually get it to where it's like you don't gotta be with the player that you claim to be and the player that you want to be. Nigga, you don't gotta be on the field. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be the one making the plays when it's like, hey, look, let's rally up. Become that voice that everybody hear where it's like, hey, all right, I'll leave, even though he ain't in right now. And he talking that shit. Like I said, I've heard you do it. So it's not like I'm saying that you don't do it, because you do. But it's being consistent. You feel me? It's also like we said with being in these categories. You're not just gonna hop in these categories off of one fucking game. You feel me? They're going off of the whole fucking season. You feel me? All 4 quarters of every game that you just happen to be in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's consistency. The way that the stealth came about it, you know what I'm saying, this season wasn't bad. As the time has come over, the past few seasons, and we've told Lee, you know what I'm saying, there's definitely been an elevation to, the program that he's trying to get popping over there. But again, it just comes with consistency. There's no real consistency over there. So where it's like, all right, fuck it. You feel me? So if there is no consistency, at least start with yourself and be consistent.
With that, we'll go around the horn real quick because we are up against it at 6:55. So, Dub, we'll start with you. Final thoughts?
You have until the 26th of June to vote for these awards. Again, go to acnfl.com and rock the vote for MVP, Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year, Special Teams of the Year, and Rookie of the Year. And appreciate Ali for coming on and sharing his thoughts and voicing his opinion, which, again, if you have an opinion, again, put it in the comments and let's talk about it.
That's where we always go. Mizzle?
I don't have too much to say. I came in real late, so got nothing much.
Gotcha. Better vote. Couldn't be a truer word said. Ali, final thoughts for you?
I appreciate y'all for having me on here, even though it was such short notice. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. And, just letting y'all know, whatever team I'm not playing for next year, whoever decided to doubt me before this upcoming season is going to see and feel every single play. I can guarantee that. I can promise you that.
And don't forget to vote for Tulu. Knox, final thoughts?
That sounded like a real good wrestling promo. Loved it. Just want to say, yeah, man, everybody go vote. You know what I'm saying? Hit them categories. You feel me? Click who your favorite player is or who you think is well deserving. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, we all gonna write in Tulu for every category. I'm going to say my final thoughts. I'm going to let Doug take us out because he was not here to bring us in. So I got to let my boy do his thing. But my finals echo what everybody else said. Vote, 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 vote. Because one of the biggest things is can't complain if you didn't vote. Bottom line. If your player didn't win and you didn't vote, well, you know what they say. Outside of that, man, take care of yourself and each other. We have to do that, especially in today's age. And we will see you next Wednesday. But Dub, please. If he comes off of mute.
Late, just like getting to the show.
Yep. I will do my thing then. I'll take it up for him and say, for Miz, for Dub, for 2-5, for Ali.
I
peace
muted
out,
myself.
y'all.
That's fine.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead and take it out, man.
I muted myself. Anyhow, we'll see you next week. And by that time, we will see who won these awards. But in the meantime, for Chris, for Missile, for 2-5, from Dorsey, I'm Dub. Good night.
Will we see you next week on time? Is the question.
If I
We out.